Today, we're going to put our kit together. So couple steps super important. First, let's go ahead and open our case. Next thing, the two metal parts, they should be in this little sleeve. We're going to pull just the first one out. So go ahead and grab it. It's a little bit smaller. It looks like this. If it's wrapped in plastic, at this time, go ahead and take that plastic off, throw it away. You don't need it. And we're going to set this to the side. We're going to use that in just a minute. Next, we're going to grab the other part of that stand. This one's a little bigger. Once you pull it out, it should look something like this. Set that down on the ground as well. All right, so we're going to focus on these two metal pieces to start with. So the first one we pulled out looks kind of like this. It's the pull on the bottom and it has a little screw thing on the top. We're going to start with the bigger one. It looks like this. So go ahead and grab this piece out. First thing we're going to do is we're going to loosen, not all the way, just a little bit on these screws right here and right here. There's two of them. So make sure you loosen enough so that we can move the moving parts. But if you loosen it too much, the screws will fall out. If that happens, it's okay. Just pick it up and screw it back in just a little bit. Next thing, you see these black things on the bottom? These are called the feet of the stand. This is how we're going to open up the bottom of the stand. We're going to grab it by the feet. 1, 2. Doesn't matter which one you grab as long as you're holding two of them. And you're going to pull it apart. Now, if it's tough and you're like, it's not coming out enough, that means you need to loosen this bottom screw just a little bit more. Now, there's a couple different places that we can open the stand up to, but what I want you to do, you see this metal pole here in the middle? This part moves when you open and close the feet. I want this little part to be in the center of this pole. So kind of look at it, you're going to eyeball it, say right here. That looks like the middle to me. Once you get it in the middle, set it down, and you're going to tighten that bottom screw right here. It's got to be all the way tight, and now the feet don't move. All right, so now we have the base of our stand all set up. We're going to leave that on the ground. We already tightened the bottom screw. Let's grab this other part. Now, there's nothing that we need to unscrew or mess with at first. This one we already unscrewed so that it's loose. All we need to do is put this pole into this hole. So go ahead and do that. Very gently line it up. Just like that. And then we're going to go ahead and tighten this screw just so we don't lose any pieces. Just like so. And this is what the bottom of our stand is going to look like. Next thing, we need to grab our drum pad. So, like I said, it should be in that top flap. There's a little pocket, so go ahead and open it up and pull out your drum pad. It should look something like this. If there's plastic around it, same thing. Take it off, throw it away, you don't need it. If you look at the drum pad, there's two sides. There's a dark side with like rubber all around, and there's a little metal piece in the middle, and then there's this side that has the white part. This is going to be the top. It's going to face the sky. So that means this part, the little metal piece, is going to line up with this little screw part that's sticking out. We're going to line this piece up right on top. You might have to get lower so that you can see it. Once you set it on there, you're going to slowly and carefully with two hands turn it to the right. Righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. Right, we're going to two hands, we're going to screw it on. I can see it going down. It'll start slowing down a little bit once you get there. And then, when it's tight, it'll stop. Once you get there, just leave it alone. That means it's all the way on. Next thing is we're going to make sure that the drum pad is set up to our correct height. But first, we have to make sure our feet are in the right position. And when I say feet, I mean the stand's feet. So take a look, there's three of them. I want you to make sure that one of them is directly in between your feet. So one is pointing towards you, and the other two are pointing out. So go ahead and fix that now. Next thing is we're going to learn how to adjust the height. There are 3 different screws on your drum pad. One's at the bottom. This opens up the feet. This is the one that you need to adjust the height. Don't worry about this little screw. That one's going to stay in place for now. So to adjust the height, unscrew the one in the middle, raise and lower your drum pad. Now the drum pad should be about 4 inches below your belly button, but who knows exactly where that is? Here's an easy trick. Everybody give me a thumbs up. Put the tip of your thumb on your belly button. The bottom of your hand is where your drum pad needs to sit. So let's check it out. Is my drum pad at the right height? Almost. It's a little too short. So I need to go back and unscrew, lift it up just a little bit more. Now let me check it. All right, that looks about good for me. Now double check your height and keep adjusting it until you get it just right. After you get the drum pad to the correct height, now we need to adjust the way that the drum pad is facing. So if you look on the top, there's something that says Remo. That is the brand. It needs to be on the furthest side away from you, pointing outwards. So if I see mine, I'm just going to turn it just a little bit. There we go. Now the Remo is on the furthest side in front. And that is how we set up our drum pad.